First off, it's Charles J. That just in case you ain't heard of me. They told me it was too late, but I promise that I'll be the first to speak. Most of these rappers, they fake, but you can't have your way. This ain't Burkhead. Everybody said it won't be till they see smoke, then they realize they'd rather have turkey meat.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, woke up with some shit on my mind. I want to talk about what is the true meaning of forgiveness. I analyze shit. I study shit. I study behaviors. I study habits. I study people, and I study, human behavior. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. That's why I speak on the things I speak on. But I just want to make some shit very clear. By the way, this is Deontay Wilder and Mike Tyson chopping it up. They once had, some shit going on, and they squashed it. And shout out to that. I want to make something very clear. I think Wilder's a good fighter, a great fighter. I think he's a great person. Let me tell you something about when I don't know if you ever had a homie, a friend that done some shit that you didn't really, and you told them about that shit. Yeah, that's how it go. Yeah, I'ma ride with you, but if you do some shit that I think is suspect, I'ma tell you, bro. Yeah, if I fuck with you, I'm supposed to tell you. If I don't tell you, that mean I'm a groupie or some shit, or that just mean you can do anything. You can go to a P. Diddy party and I won't say nothing to you. And we know what go on at them kind of parties. But anyway, I was just saying some shit I didn't agree with. But, and also, let me make this very clear. Some people are too narrow-minded. You gotta look deep into shit. I'm not, motherfucker, what you think he's smarter than somebody? No, I'm a deep thinker though. I'm a very deep thinker. Everything I say, it's a whole deeper meaning to what I'm saying. Some people just look at the surface. Just like when I've been defending Bud, bro, people have quit fucking with me for that. But now, you two dudes are too narrow-minded to see that. Nah, bro, all he really saying is that he ain't no number one Bud fan, but he saw that a motherfucker like Ryan Garcia, who's never been a champion or nothing, could get the red carpet laid out for him. I saw how Alan Espinoza didn't give a fuck about signing Bud or making the Bud fight, but they did everything they could to sign Ryan, and I just look at the difference. That's all it was. That's all, but people can't see past that. A lot of times people just think I'm just trying to uplift Bud. I fucks with Spence all the way. So yeah, like I said, sometimes people can be too narrow-minded. So, now I want to talk about forgiveness, and I want to explain why I think the way I think. If you motherfuckers really want to get into the mind of George, you finna get into the mind of how I really think today. Okay, let's talk about forgiveness. Yeah, very deep word. I dare you motherfuckers. I double dare you. Yeah, go to church, keep going, and go about 2 weeks without paying tithes. Go about 2 weeks and see if that preacher see if that preacher start looking at you a little. And I'm gonna tell you something about preachers I know, cause I grew up in the church. A preacher changed his whole message. That motherfucker, you ever seen a preacher preach a message, but he really talking about you? He done left the word of the Lord and the word that the Lord done gave him, but he mad about that money. Yeah, I see a lot of you motherfuckers ain't never seen a preacher get up and fuss at the congregation about money. Yeah, those the kind of preachers I grew up under. Yeah, preachers talk shit. If you had that goddamn money in that collection plate and shit was short, he gonna preach about it. He gonna preach a whole message about bring the tithes in the storehouse so there may be meat in my house. And he gonna make you feel real guilty about it. So, another thing, let me tell you something. If everybody in the world was like Wilder, if America was like Deontay Wilder, oh boy, this would be heaven. It wouldn't be hell, it would be heaven. If everybody was like Wilder, oh boy, this would be heaven. But this is what I got to explain to some of you motherfuckers. And a lot of you motherfuckers that's so proud of him for giving Fatback Fury, somebody who tried to take your life. And I don't know if a lot of motherfuckers, at least 5 times in my life, a motherfucker tried to take my life. At least 5 times. That's just what off the head I can think. 5 times. And I never hugged now one of the motherfuckers that ever tried. So what I'm saying is that a lot of you motherfuckers ain't never had a motherfucker really try to harm you or some shit. Or do some fuck shit to you. A lot of you motherfuckers ain't never experienced that. Yeah, that man tried to kill Wilder. So if we can forgive that, a lot of you motherfuckers need to write that Dolphine ass cousin that's locked up and put about $20 on his books. Write him, send him some scriptures, encourage the brother, and go see him and hug him. A lot of you motherfuckers still ain't hugged your own brother. Yeah, he fucked one of your baby mamas. He ain't try to kill you though. He ain't try to kill you. It's a lot of shit. You motherfuckers ain't forgave your partner for 20 years ago because he fucked your second baby mama. And you was locked up. He was just going over there checking on her, and one thing led to one another. Yeah, he really wasn't trying to betray you. He just felt weak. Yeah, she was bad, and she was lonely, and lethargic and bewildered and shit. So you need to forgive that partner, and you need to hug him. So what I'm saying is, don't ever support something if you ain't built like. If you can't be just as forgiving as why, because I'm telling you, if a motherfucker ever tried to take your life, you need to go hug him today. If I'm so wrong. If I'm so wrong and hateful, then you loving motherfuckers need to go hug that motherfucker that molested you. Hug that motherfucker that molested you for 5 years. Go hug him and take pictures with him and post it on Facebook and do some shit like that. I think forgiveness is a beautiful thing. I think there's nothing wrong with forgiving. And I think you have to forgive to move on mentally and just spiritually within yourself. You have to forgive. But what they don't tell you about forgiveness don't mean I have to hang with you. Forgiveness don't mean I have to embrace you. I don't have to shake your hand. Shaking hands don't even mean I forgive you. A motherfucker will shake your hand and stab you in your back. You know how many motherfuckers, snakes have tried to shake my hand? No. So embracing and shaking hands, that's not what forgiveness is in my heart. I forgive you. Another thing, another thing, and this what makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up, because poor people have a misunderstanding. We don't understand shit. Let's talk forgiveness. I don't know if you motherfuckers ever been in the courtroom, but I have several times. Let me tell you motherfuckers something. You ever seen a motherfucker on a murder trial? You ever seen the victims in the courtroom? Most of the time they trying to jump on them. They trying to jump across the goddamn courtroom and attack him. They hate his guts. Most of the times. You rarely see. How many times have you seen the victim hug that killer that killed his mama, that killed his brother? Nah, bro, they may forgive him, but I ain't gotta hug you, bro. If that's the case, then I think, let me explain something else to you motherfuckers. You ever seen a judge hug a motherfucker that's at trial? You ever seen them hug him and say, I forgive you? Because let me tell you something about true forgiveness. If there was forgiveness in this world, no brother would go to prison. Now you get another chance. You would get another chance. They would have facilities to help you with whatever's going on with you, and you would be forgiven. You wouldn't be sentenced. See, Tyson Fury needs to be sentenced. But now he's been forgiven, and not only he been forgiven, Fury has made more money. Cheating has made him more money in his life than he's ever made. Wilder brought him back from the dead. And you cheated me and became, that motherfucker gonna be worth hundreds of millions. He gonna be worth over $100 million from cheating. No prison time, no none of that. Nobody ever threw an orange at his head. He never got slapped. He never suffered nothing. So what I want to say, you motherfuckers need to be like that in real life. Everybody that ever harmed, don't do nothing back then. It should never be no black on black violence. If we believe in this kind of forgiveness, it should never be no black on black violence. All you motherfuckers need to be hugging and kumbayaing. That's our problem. When the person ain't black, it's always acceptable to forget. We don't forgive each other. We don't even forgive each other. So how is you motherfuckers gonna try to defend some shit like, nah, listen, I fuck with your wife, but I can't defend this, bro. And I don't agree with your hugging Mike Tyson. Cause check this out. To me, that's fake, because Mike Tyson shitted on you at the height of your career and told the world you wasn't shit and you ain't fought nobody. And that's when everybody started saying, really, Wilder ain't good. He ain't fighting nobody. And you said, Mike Tyson is overrated. He only fought 2 Hall of Famers. He ain't. Y'all both told each other you ain't shit. But yeah, forgiveness, but it's cool. But my thing is this, yeah, boy, if that was forgiveness, you ever seen that prosecutor hug? A prosecutor ain't never hugged me when I was in court. The DA a lawyer ain't never even hugged. My own lawyer never hugged me. So let's talk forgiveness. Let's talk about true accepting somebody and forgiving them for their sin. There is no forgiveness in America. You go to trial and you get time. You got time. My best friend on death row. Shot an old white man when he was 17. He been on death row over 12 years. There's no forgiveness. And that boy was still a kid. That judge looked him in his eyes and said, death row, you gonna die. So you motherfuckers need to explain to me what the fuck is forgiveness. I wish that judge forgave. You know, I wish the government would forgive black folks. I wish white folks just forgive us for our genetics. Just forgive us that we blessed with big dicks and shit, and we can do a lot of shit y'all can't do. Forgive us for that, bro. Forgive us for these muscles and shit. Forgive us for this smooth swagger and shit. Forgive us for this charm and shit we do. Forgive us for y'all women always wanting to fuck us and shit and treat us like sex objects and shit. Forgive us for being great. Forgive us that we was warriors. Forgive us that we had the richest nation on the world. Forgive us for that. Forgive us that we taught people how to be civilized, and we civilized nations, and we traveled and shared with the world. Forgive us for that, white folks. Yeah, as much as you motherfuckers talk, I wish the white boy forgive us. I wish he forgive us, because if he forgave us, we would be getting treated equal. Nah, it wouldn't be no rich neighborhood. It wouldn't be no, the whole America would be Beverly Hills if there was forgiveness. So now, ain't no forgiveness. America got enough money to every neighborhood could be like Beverly Hills if they wanted it to. Now, you could take the drugs out if you forgave me. If you forgave me, it wouldn't be no more heroin. Crack would have never came if it was forgiveness. The Black Panthers would have never got shut down if it was forgiveness. Fred Hampton wouldn't have got murdered in his own home next to his woman if there was forgiveness. So, I think you motherfuckers need to start forgiving the right shit. Forgive each other. Black folks, you motherfuckers, before you can forgive anybody outside yourself, forgive each other. Do some shit like that, because a lot of you motherfuckers got a brother that you don't, that motherfucker live in a whole nother state. You don't give a fuck about him. You never check on him, and he ain't really never done you no harm. He just always asks you for money because you more successful than him. He just never really had it. He ain't never tried to kill you. He ain't never fucked over you, but because he don't have the money you have, you ignore him. You ignore his calls. You don't fuck with him. So it's a lot of shit, bro. If we really thought that way, like Wilder, Hug, and Fury was so American and such a good thing, why won't we start back knocking on doors? Yeah, like the Christian, like we used to do, knock on doors and try to help people. Let's do that. Let's really be loving, if we gonna really be that way. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm a very loving person, but I got a warrior mentality. And when it comes to war, you can't be fair. Yeah, you can't be fair and all that. We'll forgive after the war. Yeah, I forgive you after the war, but we gotta fight first. We gotta fight first, and I can forgive you later on. But at this point, I ain't no forgiveness with Charles J. We still gotta fight. It's a lot of shit black folks still ain't got. Black folks is in quicksand, and we are only getting worse as a people. Our communities are getting worse. So don't tell me nothing about forgiveness and equal rights. If it was forgiveness, a cop would have never, no brother would ever get killed by the cops. That shit would never happen if there was forgiveness. There would be no prisons. There would be no prisons because they just get you help. Prison makes you a worse person. Most people go to prison and become more of a gangster, more of a crook. So when it comes to the American structure, listen, Wilder, I don't knock you at all, and I think you're a great person. Salute to you, but I'm talking about the shit we're around. The system we live in, bro, I just wish the white boy forgave us. I wish the judge forgave us. And yeah, I wish that shit. I wish some motherfuckers forgive us. So yeah, this is 903 Box, and I am your host, Charles Jack. With that, I'm out.